Yo, and hello there, welcome back my fellow pixelators, that is all bad Lucky HD here, and today we're uploading another Minecraft pixel tutorial build on Luffy. Today we're going to be doing part 13 of Luffy from One Piece in his current form, the Wano arc form. In yesterday's build, or last build, we completed the abs and his clothing a bit, just like a tiny bit of the actual clothing. Today we're going to be moving on to doing the arms, and the scar, and the hand for the shading. Probably won't be doing the neck, but we're going to be doing all the rest of this. So, for the blocks we're going to be needing for today, we are going to be needing chiseled sandstone once again. We're also going to be needing terracotta, and we're also going to be needing our pink concrete, which we grabbed last time. So grab all of these blocks. Actually, yeah, I might as well grab snow as well while we're at it. So we'll grab snow as well. And now let's zoom out. So first of all, I'm going to explain the two areas that we'll use snow and pink concrete for. So, to make things as simple as possible, let's move on to these areas. I think it's quite obvious where pink concrete is going to go, but that is going to go in the scar. So this star shape here, which is Luffy's scar. So this is all going to be pink concrete. Now again, I'm not going to fill all of this in. We're just going to skip towards the end, but I'm just going to fill like a bit in. I'm not going to do like what I did for the Red Bull, outlined this entire section because that would be too long, but I'll just put a bit in on this one side, and then we'll put a bit in. I'll put it all along the bottom actually. There we go. That should be nice and simple for everyone to see, but I think you already get where we're going to be doing it anyway. And there we go. So as you can see, the entire scar is just going to be pink concrete, no shading, nothing else in there, just pink concrete. And for the snow is going to be in this knotted area. But you got to be careful because one of these areas is actually part of the collarbone. This small little section here is part of the collarbone. And this small section here is also part of the collarbone. So I would probably fill these in first with our chiseled sandstone. So again, this bottom kind of section here is just chiseled sandstone. I'm going to fill all of this in. Just like so. So I'll fill all of this in. And there we go. There's that little part there done. Right, so as you can see, that's that little section there done. We're also going to do exactly the same on the left one here. So fill in this little section here, this second section here. We're going to fill this in with chiseled sandstone as well. So I'm just going to fill this in quickly. Fill this in, and there you go. There's that little section there done as well. So the rest of this is going to be snow, as I was saying. So this little bit there, that little bit there, those two bits there, and that line going over there, and that line going over there. So we might as well just fill all of this in as well. Just fill all of this in. Once you're in this little section here, then move on to these little two knots here. So where it's kind of tied in the center. Just fill this in with snow as well. There we go. And then we fill this little right side here as well with snow. So do this as well. See, originally I actually did this in white wool, which was I can't remember if I cut it out in the time lapse or not, but I changed it to snow in the end because the reason why, well, as you can see, snow's a lot brighter, and for some reason white wool just wasn't white. It was like a grey colour. That's why I chose snow at the end, because it looks a lot nicer and it is like a really clean white, which looks really nice to be honest. But there we go. So I don't know why white wool actually goes grey sometimes. Sometimes it just does. I really don't understand why, because it's kind of like grey over there, but that's why I kind of actually chose it for this, because it's like a white grey, which I actually needed. But yeah, I don't know why. I guess for some reason in some builds it just doesn't mix well or something. But there we go. Those are those little parts there done. And now we're going to be moving on to the final part of the build, which we're going to be shading everything in with our terracotta. And then obviously we've got a lot to fill in, that's for sure. So for our first shading area with the terracotta, we're going to start with this arm here, and we want to start from the very bottom left side. So let's fly over to this bottom kind of left side, and from which spot we are going to go off, if you can see this 3 going up here, so this 3 on the left hand side here, that's going up in total by 3, we're going to be flying over to there, and we want to be flying into the middle one, and placing one terracotta to the right of the middle one, just like this. So I'm going to zoom out just so you can see what we're doing and where we're going off. We're going off that area right there. So as you can see, we're going off this area in the bottom left corner of the arm, from that 3 in the middle of it. So once you have placed your 1 terracotta there, we're going to fly back in towards the build. Once we are flying back in towards this terracotta here, we're going to do 4 bottom right diagonals from here. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4. From this 4th one, do an upright diagonal, just like so. Then place 1 to the right, then do another upright diagonal from here, and place another one going to the right, just like so. Then do another upright diagonal from here, and then place 4 going to the right from here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then do another upright diagonal from here, and then place 8 going to the right from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then do another upright diagonal. From this upright diagonal, we're going to place 4 going to the right. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then do another upright diagonal, and place another one going to the right, just like so. We're then going to repeat this 2 here 4 more times in a upright diagonal direction. So do an upright diagonal, place 1 to the right, that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, and that's 4. So that should be 5 of those 2s in total there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then fly back up to the top, and once we've flown back up to this end one here, do 2 upright diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. We're then going to place 2 to the right, so 1, 2. We're then going to do 3 upright diagonals from here, so 1, 2, and 3. From this 3rd one, we're going to place 1 going to the right, just like so. We're then going to do another 3 upright diagonals from here. So 1, 2, and 3. And from this 3rd one, we're going to place 1 to the right again, just like so. We're then going to do 2 upright diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. From the 2nd one, place 1 to the right, just like so. And then do 4 upright diagonals from here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. From this 4th one, we're going to place 1 going to the right, just like so. And now we're going to do 7 upright diagonals from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. From the 7th one, we're going to place 1 to the right, just like so. We're then going to do 5 upright diagonals from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And from this 5th one, place 1 to the right, just like so. And then do 11 upright diagonals from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. From this 11th one, place 1 to the right, then do 2 upright diagonals from here. So 1 and 2, and then place 3 going to the right from here. 1, 2, and 3. Also, by the way, this 4 that we just done here, if you were to go back to the end, well, back to the start of it, and you go to the cross by 1 to the right, and as you can see, this 2nd one here is in line with this 2 sticking up here. And also, it should be 3 in total. So I've just placed 2 here, 1, 2. As you can see, it's 1, 2, and 3, and going up in total here. Just want to say that quickly, just so you kind of know that you've done everything correctly so far in this area that we're doing this shading. But proceeding back onto the end of this 4 here, do a bottom right diagonal from here. From this bottom right diagonal, place 1 to the right, then do another bottom right diagonal, and place another 1 to the right, just like so. And do 2 bottom right diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. From the 2nd one, place 2 to the right, so 1, 2. And then do a bottom right diagonal from here. And from this bottom right diagonal, place 1 to the right. And then do 2 bottom right diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. From the 2nd one, place 1 to the right, just like so. And do 2 more bottom right diagonals from here. 1 and 2. And as you can see, that 2nd one just connects to the black concrete, just like so. And now once we have done this, we'll zoom out quickly first. But once we've done this, we are going to use our chiseled sandstone, and we're going to outline on the outside of it. So in the inside of the right hand side, and like the bottom hand side inside, that is all going to be terracotta, which you can kind of tell that we placed 2 going under here. So on the upper side, we're just going to fill all of this with our chiseled sandstone. Obviously, don't fill it all in because there's still more shading. Just outline it first so we know what we're doing first. So just outline it so we make sure we don't spill over. Now, not everyone has to do this. If you want to skip ahead to when I move on to the next part, you can do that. I wouldn't recommend it though, unless you're like really smart. What I mean by smart, you're just a veteran at doing pixel art. You know, been doing it for a while. Other people builds, my builds, anything else basically. Or you're just used to this kind of stuff really. But I also even recommend it for those that still actually just know how to do pixel art like all the time and do it all the time, because it just makes things a lot easier. Because if you do ever go wrong and spill over by accident, then you don't have to kind of stress over and like, oh, I've got to go watch the video again and then find where you went wrong really. So that's why I say always do this, because it's always useful to do this all the time. No matter how many times you do pixel art, it makes it so much better so you don't go wrong. And there we go. We are done with that little area there. So once we have done that, we've got another little shading area to do. And we are going to shade this little area here with our terracotta. So to start things off, to make it easy as possible, we're going to fly to the 4 that's going up in total. So it's 3 sticking up from here, but it is 4 in total, this line. As you can see, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we're going to fly to the top of here to make things as easy as possible. And we're going to place 1 terracotta on the top of this 4, just like so. We're then going to do a bottom left diagonal from here. So just place 1 to the left of this up 4 for the black concrete. We're also then going to place another 1 going to the left, so it's 2 going to the left in total. Then do a bottom left diagonal from here. From this bottom left diagonal, place 2 going to the left. So 1, 2. We're then going to do another bottom left diagonal from here. And from this bottom left diagonal, place 2 going to the left. So 1, 2. Then do another bottom left diagonal. And then we're also going to do another bottom left diagonal from here. Then once we've done this bottom left diagonal here, we're going to go 14 to the right of it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14. As you can see, we've gone 14 over, and these last 2 are sticking over the edge of these 3 black concrete, just like so. Once we have done this, do an upright diagonal from here. From this upright diagonal, place 1 going to the right, just like so. Then do another upright diagonal from here, and place 1 going to the right. Then do another upright diagonal, and place another 1 going to the right, just like so. There we go. There's 3 of those 2s there by the way in total, 1, 2 and 3. But proceeding on from here, do 2 upright diagonals from here. So 1 and 2, and from the second one, place 1 going to the right, just like so. And from the second one here, we're going to do 8 upright diagonals from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. From this 8th one, we're going to place 3 going to the left. So 1, 2, 3. Then do a bottom left diagonal. From this bottom left diagonal, place 1 to the left. And then do 4 bottom left diagonals from here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that's not what I meant to do. Destroy that black concrete. Whoops. There we go. Right, place that back. And from this 4th one, we are going to place 1 going to the left, just like so. So we should be looking like that, basically. Once we have done that, though, do another bottom left diagonal from this 2, and place 2 going to the left. So 1, 2. Then do another bottom left diagonal, and place 1 going to the left. And then do another bottom left diagonal, and place 4 going to the left. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And as you can see, this 4th one just connects to that one that we placed on top. So, and I think it's quite easy to explain, but as you can see, in the inside here, it's just all going to be terracotta. Once again, though, I am going to take up my chiseled sandstone, and on the outside, I am just going to fill again on the outside. Because I'm going to always do this for everything I do. I'm always going to shade it over, because it actually makes things like 10 times easier, not just for you, for me as well. Because I find it a lot easier like this, so I don't actually go wrong myself. Apart from it's a lot easier for me to fix it when I go wrong, but yeah. Still really useful to have, so I don't go wrong anyway. Also, I'm going to fill this in at the end as well, because we still got more sections to shade. Right. So again, inside of there, and the outside obviously is going to be chiseled sandstone. Then moving on to the next area, I think we're going to move on to the next arm as well. So we're going to move to the right arm first, and once again we are going to go to the corner, and we'll do the fist next, and then we'll do the other smaller areas after. So once we have moved over to this right hand side over here, we're going to be going from the very right hand side of this big line going up here. So you can see in my screen, this big line here, we want to be flying to this line, and we want to be going from the second one on top of this line. So not the very top, like the second just going up from the start. So basically 1 and 2, and then place 1 to the left, just like so. So I'll zoom out so you can see. So we're skipping kind of this 2 upright diagonals, then the 2, and then it's this big line, and then 1 going to the left of the second one going up this big line here. Once we have done, place that one there, fly back into the terracotta that we placed here. Once we are flying back into here, we're going to do 3 up left diagonals. So 1, 2, and 3. From this third one, place 1 to the left, just like so. Then do a bottom left diagonal, and place 1 to the left. And do another bottom left diagonal, and this time place 3 going to the left. So 1, 2, and 3. Then do 2 bottom left diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. And from the second one here, we're going to place 14 going to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. We're then going to do 2 left diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. And from the second one here, we're going to place 3 to the left. So 1, 2, and 3. Then do an up left diagonal from here. From this up left diagonal, place 1 to the left, just like so. Then do another up left diagonal, and then place 3 going to the left. So 1, 2, and 3. We're then going to do another up left diagonal from here, and place 1 going to the left, just like so. And then we're going to repeat this 2 here, 3 more times in a up left diagonal direction. So do an up left diagonal, place 1 to the left, that's 1. Do another up left diagonal, place another 1 to the left, that's 2. And do another up left diagonal and place another 1 to the left, and that's 3. So that should be 4 of those 2s in total there in an up left diagonal direction. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Once we have done 4 of those in total, fly back to the end one. And do 2 up left diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. From the second one, we're going to place 4 going to the left. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And do an up left diagonal from here, and place 1 going to the left. Then do 2 up left diagonals from here, so 1 and 2, and from the second one, place 2 going to the left, so 1, 2. Then do 2 up left diagonals from here, so 1 and 2, and from the second one, place 1 to the left, just like so. And do another up left diagonal from here, and place 1 to the left, and then do 2 up left diagonals from here, so 1 and 2. From the second one, place 1 going to the left, just like so. And then we're going to repeat this 2 here 2 more times in a up left diagonal direction. So do an up left diagonal, place 1 to the left, and do another up left diagonal, place another 1 to the left, and that's 2. There we go, that should be 3 in total. 1, 2, and 3. Once we've done this, do another up left diagonal from here. And then we're going to do another up left diagonal, and from this up left diagonal, place 1 on top, just like so. And then once again, we're going to go off to the left a bit, just so we can see that basically we're in line, and just to make sure that we've kind of done everything correctly here, but then we'll fly back to here. So, first of all, actually, let's do an upright diagonal from this 2. So do an upright diagonal, and you can just place 1 on top as well, and then fly back to this 2, and we want to be to the top of it here, and then we're going to go to the left by a certain amount of blocks. And we're going to go to the left by 9 from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. As you can see, this 9th one going over to the left connects to this 2, which is the first 2 here going along, and it's underneath this single upright diagonal, and then another 2 obviously here. So you can see where it's connected to, and once you have placed 9 going along to the left here and done everything correctly here, then we are going to move back up to these 2 upright diagonals here. So once we have moved to these 2 upright diagonals here, we are going to do 5 upright diagonals from this 2 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. From this 5th one, place 1 going to the right, just like so. We're then going to do 3 right diagonals from here. So 1, 2, and 3. And from this third one, just place 1 to the right just like so. As you can see also, this 1 to the right that we placed is 1 going over. If you like fly up to the black concrete, it's 1 going over on this big line here, which I believe it's, if I remember, we went 25 along here. So it's the first one here, as you can see though. Once we have done that though, we're going to zoom out. And we're going to shape this area. So again, we can just fly back to the start where we started off, take out our chiseled sandstone, and just shade over again. And we are shading on the upper hand side, which, so this side right here. Which, holy moly, that was quite a big lag spike there for me. There we go, fill over here. There we go, just fill this in. I actually would love to also do other content on this. You know, just a little conversation, spark up around here. But I'd love to do other games, like CODs, Battlefields. But obviously, like, there just is no games at the moment. Obviously, I'm saying this though, as new games are going to be coming out soon. New Battlefield, I cannot wait for that, by the way. And also the new Call of Duty. To be honest, I don't have high expectations for Call of Duty. But hopefully, somewhat it is good. But I have high expectations for Battlefield. Like literally, the only game I can play right now is Minecraft. And as much as I do love Minecraft, you know, it's not a game I want to spend every day playing. But at the same time, I do want to play it pretty much every day for my pixel art, which I do really enjoy. But it is like a niche side thing I like to do in my spare time. But yeah, enough of that being said, you know, because, you know, we're here to complete this tutorial. So let's actually complete this tutorial. But I do want to do some other content, hopefully. I kind of want to do it more on a second channel, but I think for now it's probably best just uploading everything on this one channel, you know, so we can actually get a bit of a bigger audience on this one channel, and then we'll move the gaming content onto another channel if we ever do other gaming games, which I do want to. It's just at the moment I really do have nothing I want to play. So, but moving on generally with the build now, I think for where we're going to start here, we're going to start at this left side in this little section here. So exactly the same as there. We're going to go here, but we're going to start on the left side again, and we want to start this up left singular diagonal here. So fly in towards here, and once we have flown in towards here, place 1 on top. We're then going to place 1 to the right, then fly to the left, and we're going to place 3 going to the left from here. 1, 2, and 3. Then we're going to place 1 on top, and place 1 onto the right, and fly to the left, so back to here, and then place 2 to the left. So 1, 2. I'm going to zoom out quickly, so we should be looking like that right there, basically. Once we have done that, though, fly back to this one sticking up on the edge over here. Once we've flown back to this one sticking on the edge here, do a bottom right diagonal, just like so. And then place 7 going to the right from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then do a bottom right diagonal. And from this bottom right diagonal, we're just going to go all the way to the right till we hit the black concrete. There we go, as you can see we hit this one sticking up here, and once we have done that, place another 3 to the right of the black concrete with our terracotta. So 1, 2, and 3. Then do a bottom right diagonal. From this bottom right diagonal, place 1 to the right, then do 2 bottom right diagonals from here, 1 and 2. Then do a bottom left diagonal from here, and from this bottom left diagonal, just go all the way to the left till we hit the black concrete, which is 6 going to the left by the way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. As you see, we connect. And then fill in this gap here, this 2. So fill that in. And then move to the next section, fill this 2 in as well. And then this 2 as well. And there we go, we're done. Actually, there's a little bit more to do though. So, we're going to go on the underneath of these lines going up here, as you can see. So, move on to this line first. We're going to go all the way to the left of this 4. And we're going to place 2 in this corner. 1 and 2. And move on to this 3. Go all the way to the left of the 3, right here, and place 1 in the corner. Then go to the left of the 2 and place 1 in the corner here. And then there we go, we're done actually there. And there's no more to do there. Once we have done that, once again I think it's easy to tell. Inside, terracotta, and the outside, chiseled sandstone. And once again though, we are going to fill the outside with it. Oh, I'm flying over, here we go. There we go. So I guess moving back onto the conversation while we're doing this, for other content games, I still want to keep though doing my Minecraft pixel art tutorials. As a sense, I still want to keep that daily as well. So I think I'm always going to keep that daily, and I also just want to do gaming as well. And in the future I would like to keep that on a second channel if we ever do a lot more gaming. Because, by the way, I am actually a very good COD player. So, yeah, I'm very good at shooters. But, as I said, this game's been so bad for just, in general, for other stuff like COVID and just games as well, has been a pretty terrible year. But, hopefully there is some new games coming out soon. Again, though, continuing on the build. Next area, where should we move on to next? I think we're going to move on to the hand next. I think that'd be the nicest area for us to move on to next. So, let's move on to the hand. Right then, so before we shade the hand, we want to shade this little sector here, and we're going to go over it, and then we're going to like shade the hand basically. So how we're going to do this is, this actually is quite an awkward area to kind of shade, but well, let's get this done, shall we, first. So let's go to this line first. So this line that is going along here, we want to fly to the left hand side of it, and you see this one little gap here. So there's 2 going down and the 2 up, and like a 2 to the right. That one little gap there, we're just going to place 2 terracotta in here. So 1 and another one to the left, just like so. So I'll zoom out so you can see what it looks like. It should be looking like that right there. So flying back in towards here, and what we're going to do from here is we're actually just going to place 2 going up. So 1, 2. We're then going to place 1 to the left, and then place 2 going up. So 1, 2. Then place another 1 to the left, and then place 2 going up. So 1, 2. Then place another 1 going to the left, and then place another 2 going up. So 1 and 2. Place another 1 to the left, and place another 2 going up. 1, 2. And then place another 1 to the left. Oh. And then place 2 going up. 1, 2. And then place another 1 going to the left. And then we're just going to go all the way up till we hit the black concrete, just like so. And then place another 1 to the left. And then we're going to go all the way up. But we want to go all the way up until we're 1 hovering over this black concrete. So if you want, you can fly up to the top of this black concrete here, and place 2 on top of it, 1, 2, and fly down by 1, and place 1 to the left, just like so, and then go all the way down. I just did that to basically speed up the tutorial, and so we don't have to count. Once we have done that though, I'll fly back up to this top bit that we did, and we are going to fly not from the top, we want to fly down by 1 on this line here, and we're going to place 2 to the right of it. So 1, 2. And there we go, we should be looking like that basically. Then place 1 underneath here, and then do a bottom right diagonal from here. From this bottom right diagonal, place 1 underneath. Fly underneath the black concrete and place 2 underneath, 1, 2. Fly underneath this black concrete as well, and this time we're going to place 3 going underneath. So 1, 2, and 3. And from this 3 underneath, we're going to do a bottom right diagonal from here, as we're going to place 2 underneath, so 1, 2. And then we're going to do another bottom right diagonal from here, place 1 underneath, then do another bottom right diagonal, and place 1 underneath, and then finally but not least, do another bottom right diagonal, and then from this bottom right diagonal that we just done here, do an upright diagonal, and from this upright diagonal, place 2 going up, so 1, 2. As you can see, it connects to the bottom of this second finger here, underneath the nail, just like so. This is where things kind of get slightly complicated. Not so much complicated, but it's kind of weird to do this way. But anyway, let's see. So once we have done this, when it connects to this second finger here, we want to place 1 terracotta above the black concrete, just like so. So we should be looking like that right there. Once we've done that, move into the nail. And on this nail here, this bottom line of 3, we're just going to place 1 on each of these, and then we're done this nail. So just place that in there. And then while we're here as well, you might as well take out your chiseled sandstone and you can fill in the rest of the nail as well, just like so. So just this nail, just do this one, and we should be just looking like that basically. Once we have done that though, fly back to this one on its own in the nail right here, so underneath the nail in the finger part. Once we've flown to this one here, we're going to place 2 going to the right, so 1, 2, then place 1 on top, we're then going to place 1 going to the right, and then we're going to do an upright diagonal. From this upright diagonal, we're going to place 2 to the right, so 1, 2. We're then going to place 1 on top. We're then going to place 4 going to the right. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And once you've placed 4 going to the right of here, place 1 on top, just like so. So we should be looking like that so far. Once we have done that though, fly back to the one that we placed on top, place 1 to the right, then do an upright diagonal. And from this upright diagonal, go 1 into the black concrete, And what we'll do from here is we're going to place one terracotta in here, and we are going to come back to here though, and we're going to go up a bit because there is some in here as well. But we're going to go down first. So from this one here, we want to fly to this bottom right diagonal here of the black concrete. And so we want to place one to the right of it just like so. And to make things a bit easier, you can place one to the left as well, so we fill in that gap. But fly back into the right one that we placed, and do a bottom right diagonal from here. Place one going to the right just like so. Then do another bottom right diagonal, and place two to the right. So 1, 2. Then do another bottom right diagonal, and then place one to the right. As you can see, these two connect to the very bottom of the fingernail, but not this three here. So it connects to the right of the three right here. So we should be looking like that. This is why I said it's quite hard to explain, because there actually still is quite a bit more. But all this underneath in here, and then this thing here, is all terracotta. Of course, there is some chiseled sandstone inside here, but again, let's finish the terracotta before we get into explaining that, because it'd be more complicated doing it that way. So, fly back into this one terracotta that I said we're going to come back to, which is in the middle of where the bend is in the finger. So this one right here. Once we've flown to here, we're going to place 3 going up, so 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to place 1 to the left, and then place 1 going up, and then place 3 going to the left. 1, 2, and 3. And then do a bottom left diagonal from here. So just place one on that corner there. And once you've done that, we're going to fly back to this part right here. And we want to fill this section in here at the top. So fill in this 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then place 1 underneath, and then place 2 to the right. 1, 2. Then I'm going to do a bottom right diagonal from here, just like so, and then place 1 to the right, and then we're going to do a bottom right diagonal, so place it in that corner, do another bottom right diagonal, place 1 to the right, do another bottom right diagonal, and then do another bottom right diagonal, place 1 to the right, do another bottom right diagonal, place 1 to the right, and then this time place 1 underneath, just like so. And there we go. Okay, we're not fully done. Once we've done this, from where this one we just placed underneath, we want to fly onto the next side of the finger. So this side of the finger here, but we want to be in this section here. So as you can see, this section right here, and we're going to place one on top of this one going up here with our terracotta, just like so. So we should be looking like that, basically. Then fly back in towards here, and do an up left diagonal from here, place 1 to the left. Then do another up left diagonal, place another 1 to the left, and do an up left diagonal, and then do another up left diagonal, place 1 to the left, then do another up left diagonal, and then do another up left diagonal, and then place 1 to the left, and then place 1 on top, and then do another up left diagonal from here. From this up left diagonal, we're going to place 4 going to the left. 1, 2, 3, and 4. As you can see, there is actually a 1 gap here with the black concrete, just like so. Once we have done that though, we're going to skip this black concrete, and we're going to place 2 to the left of it from this kind of top 4 line here. So 1, 2. So we should be looking like that right there. Then fly back to the 2 that we did, do a bottom left diagonal, and then do another bottom left diagonal. This time we're going to place 2 to the left, 1, 2. As you can see, there's a 1 gap here again. And again, we're going to move on to the next area. So again, place 1 to the left of this one that we skipped, just like so. Then do a bottom left diagonal from here, then place 2 to the left. 1, 2. And there we go. Now, once we place those 2 to the left, also fill this gap underneath here. So this 4 gap in here, just fill this in with terracotta, just like so. Also, this little 2 here, fill this in as well over here. And there we go, there's those little parts there done. So, now to get into the kind of explain. As you see, it looks quite complicated. That was just done right there. But what we're going to do is, we're going to go with our chiseled sandstone, and we're going to start from where we started first. So start on this left side, and we're just going to fill this left side in. I'll explain the finger when we get to that. You probably can see what we're doing. If you look at the thumbnail as well, you can kind of tell sometimes. But again, you will see it at the end of everything filled in, just if anyone does get confused to what we're doing. Also, put down in the comments as well and below if you do want to see other content, like any other games to play. Obviously, I'm not going to play, like, you know, games that I don't want to play. But, you know, if you do have any suggestions, if you do want to see COD content or other stuff like that, or anime games like that, I'll be happy to play any games that people suggest, anything like that. There we go. Also, I might as well fill that single gap because it's kind of annoying me. There we go. So as you can see, that's what we've done in that area there. Now for the finger. So in the finger, you can see the second finger here. These gaps here. This gap isn't filled in with terracotta, because obviously we would have left the top bit if it was going to just be filled in with terracotta. The underneath here is going to be terracotta though. This part where it's terracotta here, that is actually all done. So inside here, we're just filling it in with our chiseled sandstone. So if you want to start from the left hand side by the finger, you know, we're just going to fill all of this in, because I think it'd be easier to see it filled in. Only the chiseled sandstone, by the way, though. We're not filling in the terracotta, we're just filling in the chiseled sandstone. So I'm going to fill this in. There we go, and then move on to the right hand side. Make sure you're filling in the inside between these two. So make sure you're not going underneath where the terracotta is meant to be. So just the inside. And there we go, we're done. So as you can see, that's what it looks like there. So underneath, in those little areas there, that's terracotta, all that's terracotta, and all that's terracotta, as you can see. And on top of the finger here, where the terracotta is, this is going to be chiseled sandstone above it as well. So we'll outline this as well. Don't need to fill this in. Just fill in the outside. There we go. Almost done, I believe. I think I'm almost done. Yeah, there we go. And there we go. That's what it should be looking like right there. So, again, you see the end result as well, what the finalized version looks like. But moving on to the next couple of shading areas, which we've got a couple more shading areas to do. Not too many big areas, but we do have some areas that we would like to shade in. So, I think while we're on the left side, let's start with the left side. So we're going to fly up, and as you can see, this line here, so not that line, and kind of, I guess, the middle line, you could say. We're going to go off that line and a bit into that line as well, to be honest. But this middle line here, these two, the first two that are underneath, we're going to fly to there. Once we've flown to these first two here, we're going to place one underneath here, and I'm just going to zoom out so you can see what we've done. So we're going off that little sector right there, and then fly back in. So once you place your one terracotta underneath here, we're going to do a bottom left diagonal from here. Then we're going to do an up left diagonal from here. And then from this up left diagonal, we're going to place 7 going up from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And do an up right diagonal. From this up right diagonal, place 1 on top. Then do another up right diagonal. Place another 1 on top, just like so. And then do 2 up right diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. And from the second one here, we're going to place 4 going to the right. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. As you can see, this fourth one connects to the black concrete just like so. But from this fourth terracotta here, do a bottom right diagonal. So place 1 on the corner there, and then place 2 and going underneath. So 1, 2. And as you can see, that 2 that we placed underneath connects back down to the top of this 2 on the black concrete on the very right one here. Now, once we've done that, we're now going to take out our chiseled sandstone, and on the left hand side, we're going to fill all on the outside. So the inside is going to be all terracotta. So we'll start from where we started from here. We're just going to go underneath and fill this in. These little gaps here, I mean, I might as well fill on here as well. Not really a point really, but you know, to get it extra perfect there. That was so cringe. Oh well. There we go. So as you see, terracotta's in the inside and chiseled sandstone on the outside. Also want to mention one thing. Make sure we don't do the neck. We're not doing the neck today. Or the hat. Obviously the hat's going to be a different colour. But don't do the neck. We're only leaving up to where we did the snow. Still got a couple more areas to go though. Once we have done this, we're going to move to the middle first. And we want to move to the knot in this area. And we want to move to the left of the knot. So this little bit sticking out and going down here. And once we've flown over to this bit here, with our terracotta, we're going to place 4 to the right of here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're then going to place 3 going up, so 1, 2, and 3. We're then going to place 2 to the left, so 1, 2, and then place 2 going up, 1 and 2. And then this little 2x2 square you can see was air. We're just going to fill this in with terracotta, so fill that in. And then this little 4 gap here, take out your chiseled sandstone and fill that in with chiseled sandstone. And then underneath it, we might as well cap it off with our chiseled sandstone as well. But we are done with that area with the thing shading. And there we go. We're then going to move on to the next sector of shading. So I believe we've got 3 more areas to shade. So first of all, we're going to move to this right piece sticking up here, as you can see above the scar. We're going to fly to here and shade this area. And we are going to start from the top of it, of this up left diagonal here. So take out our terracotta, and once you've flown up to the top, place one on top of here. I'll zoom out so you can see where we're going off. We're going off right there. Once you've seen that, fly back in. Once you've flown back to here and you place your terracotta, we're going to place 2 going to the left, so 1 and 2. Then fly into the right by 1, so into this middle one here. Place 1 underneath, and then do a bottom right diagonal. And there we go. Once we've done that, fly back up by 2, so back up to the terracotta where we just started. Once we've flown back up to here, place 4 going to the right. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. As you see, this 4th one is hovering over this 2 going sticking out here in an upright diagonal direction with like a 2 flat line. And once we have done this though, we'll from this terracotta do 3 bottom right diagonals from here. So 1, 2, and 3. From this 3rd one, place 1 underneath. Then do another bottom right diagonal, place another 1 underneath. Then do another bottom right diagonal from here. This time, place 5 underneath. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're then going to do 3 up left diagonals from here. So 1, and 2, and 3. I could not place that second one there, but there we go. We are done with that area as well. So once again, the inside here is going to be terracotta, and the outside is going to be chiseled sandstone. So once again, I'll start where we started off with the chiseled sandstone, and just shade over here. Nice little creeper face on this chiseled sandstone. Surprisingly, you don't notice it. That's probably why it looks kind of weird on the camera. But when you actually see it just in your Minecraft world, it doesn't. But, anyway, fill this outside. And there we go. Right. 2 more areas to do. So, zoom out. It's still on the right hand side. So, where this second arm is, which is going over here, you can see this line sticking up here. And we're going to be going off this line here. So we want to fly up to the really big line. So ignore the floating 3. And we want to go to this big line. And we want to fly to the top of it. Once we have flown to the top of it, we want to go down by 1. So down to here. And we want to place 1 terracotta going to the left, just like so. Then once we've done this, we're going to do 8 bottom left diagonals from here. And we should connect to this spot right here by the 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. As you can see, we connected to the left of this 2, and I need to go and replace that black concrete. There we go. That's what we're looking like there. So again, on the right hand side, inside here is terracotta and chiseled sandstone on the outside. So I should get my chiseled sandstone and place over the edge. And then finally but not least, the last shading area. Once again, this little floating piece here, we are going to shade from here. Now I think the best spot to start from here, starting from the very top of it. And I mean the very top on the right hand side in this corner here. And so we want to place 1 terracotta in that corner there. So I'll zoom out so you can see what we've done. And that's what we've done. I'm going to fly back in. And from this 1 terracotta we've done here, we're going to do a bottom left diagonal. So you can just place 1 in the inside corner here. We're then going to place 2 underneath. So 1, 2. And then fly underneath this 1 black concrete. And place 2 underneath. 1, 2 with our terracotta. We're then going to do a bottom left diagonal from here, just like so. And place 1 underneath. Then place 1 to the right. And then place 1 underneath, just like so. Then do 2 bottom left diagonals. So 1 and 2. From the second one here, place 3 underneath. So 1, 2, and 3. And then do 2 bottom left diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. From the second one, we're going to place 2 going underneath. So 1 and 2. And then we're going to do 3 bottom left diagonals. So 1, 2, and 3. From this third one, place 1 underneath. And then do 3 more bottom left diagonals. So 1, 2, and 3. And as you can see, this third one just connects to the left of this 2, just like so. Now, once we've done this, there's still a bit more shading to do, obviously. And what we're going to do is this bottom left diagonal that we just did here, connecting to here, we want to do a bottom right diagonal from here, just like so. We're then going to place one to the right. We're then going to do a bottom right diagonal from here, place one to the right, and then do another bottom right diagonal. From this bottom right diagonal, we're going to do an up right diagonal, just like so. Then do another right diagonal, and then from this up right diagonal, place 2 on top, so 1, 2. Then do another up right diagonal, place another 2 going on top, so 1, 2. Then do another up right diagonal, this time place 1 on top. And then do another up right diagonal, and this time we're going to place 3 on top, so 1, 2, and 3. Then do another up right diagonal from here, and this time place 3 on top, so 1, 2, and 3. We're then going to do another upright diagonal from here. As from this upright diagonal, we're going to go up by 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. As you can see, this 9th one connects in an up left diagonal direction to this other terracotta. And there we go, that's the last part. But there is one more thing we've got to do. With our chisel sandstone, we have to fill on the outside. So the inside, as you can see, is going to be terracotta. And on the outside, we're just going to fill with chisel sandstone. So just fill this in. Or outline it, not fill it in. Is it the same thing? No, it is not. Alright. Almost done with this area. Also, I will say one quick thing, which we're not at the end yet, but I should have all the content for Luffy when I'm on holiday to upload. It's just I'll have to edit it and everything, and I'll probably take my time editing. Now I am on holiday, but I will have all the Luffy builds, but I won't have any other content apart from one Naruto vs Sasuke, because I already did one previously. But so probably after this build, well, after Luffy's finished, there won't be any uploads until I'm back from holiday, so we can continue the Naruto vs Sasuke and then all the other builds as well. But there we go, we are done with the build. Wow, not quite done yet. We now have to fill it all in. So let me explain everything one last time before we get into everything. So first of all, this is going to be pink concrete and a scar. The inside there is terracotta. The inside there is terracotta. Inside the finger there is terracotta, and there is terracotta. Inside there is terracotta, inside there is terracotta, inside there is terracotta, and that little bit there as well. And inside there is terracotta, and there's terracotta, and there's terracotta. Now, with all that being said, and all the outside where you can see the chisel sandstone, it's all going to be chisel sandstone. And as you can see, you want to cap off on the shoulders, make sure you don't go into the neck or anything like that. Just don't go over that area basically there, and then you are done with the build. So if you want to pause the video right now and if you want to see it yourself, then you can pause the video right now. If you want a reference to make sure you don't go wrong and then see it and then copy it from there, then you can pause the video right now. And there we go. There is Luffy done. So pause the video if you haven't already and finish this. So go and pause the video if you haven't finished this. Or unless you're going to do it another time, then by all means you can do that. But if you are going to fill this in, go and pause the video quickly right now. And for those that already have, we're just going to zoom out quickly. And that is the end of today's tutorial. So in the next tutorial, we're going to be doing the neck and the hat and probably the face and the hair, because it would probably be too short for just do the neck and the hat, because it's not really a lot to do. So yeah, so that will probably be all in one video. The last video is probably going to be the last tutorial, because again for the hair as well, there's absolutely no shading for the hair. The face will take a while. Apart from that though, there's not much else to do. Without further ado though, I'll see you in the next video tomorrow. Peace out, enjoy your rest of the day, and goodbye.